Hi there, I'm Trucker Ray, and before we get to our presentation, I wanted to share with you a new way to contact me. That's right, I finally got a post office box. A lot of you have been sending emails and leaving comments on my YouTube channel, and that is awesome, but I know some of you still like snail mail. So, if you have something you'd like to send, whether it's a card, or you want to buy me a cup of coffee, or whatever it might be, this is where you send it. P.O. Box 12306, Langley, RPO, which stands for Royal Post Office, Logan Creek, British Columbia, Canada, V2Y0Y7. That's P.O. Box 12306, Langley, RPO, Logan Creek, BC, Canada, V2Y0Y7. Now, if you're ready, let's get to our presentation. Hey friends, how are you? I am Trucker Ray. Welcome to my channel, my YouTube channel. If this is your first time viewing, I am a Christian truck driver that drives the highways of North America, and I love to share my faith, the gospel of Yeshua, what it's like to be a Christian truck driver, which means it's a family-friendly channel. That's right, if you have little ones that are really interested in driving trucks and this industry, maybe they're fascinated by truck drivers, feel free to invite them to watch with you, because you won't hear any cussing, cursing, or nothing here. It is absolutely 100% family friendly, as you've seen at the very beginning of the video. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Pleasure to have you along for the ride. I am currently in Yuma, Arizona. It is a little bit overcast today, which is nice because it's a little bit cooler. It was a real hot one yesterday. For those of you that have been following along with me for a while, you know my regular routine. I did my delivery in Mexico yesterday and parked it over at the Loves because I knew my reloads were going to be today. This way it gave me an opportunity to take a little bit of a rest. I've been running hard for the last couple of weeks, so I was able to relax last night, which was nice. And it's not the best place to stop at, that Loves, because there's nowhere to really take a walk. There's a big dusty area there you can walk around, which I did this morning. Had my shower this morning as well, early this morning. I like to have my showers early in the morning. Some people like to have them at night. Some people like to have them during the day. I find it most refreshing first thing in the morning when no one else is waiting for a shower. Like I'm talking early, sometimes 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. But there was a bit of a lineup this morning, even at 5:30. I couldn't believe it. So there was a lot of people had the same idea as I did. So I have got two picks today. This place I'm at here called Semco South, even though it has a different name on the wall, which is funny. I am picking up some produce here, and then I have to make my way over to another place called Drew Massa, which is a regular place that we go to, and I'll be picking up a load, the rest of my load there later on, which I'll be checking in probably after 4:30. Whenever you get Drew Massa or Prime Time, any of you in this industry, in the reefer business, know it's going to be all day. It's you check in at 4:30 and sit back and relax, and maybe you'll get called to a door by 8 o'clock at night, and then it still takes 2-3 hours for them to load you. Basically, because they're all the stuff, a lot of these places are cross docks, a glorified cross dock with a cooler system where they bring the product in. Literally, it's fresh. I mean, you can't get this product any more fresh than it is. It comes in off the farms. They prepare it. They build the load that is on their bill of lading that they're supposed to load you, and then they actually load the skids, and then they call you to a door when they know they're ready for you. And then sometimes they even call you to a door when they're halfway through your load. They're still expecting product to show up. That's why it takes sometimes several hours to get out of the dock, because they're still building your pallets. So a lot of these places, for those of you that don't know, don't just have all your products sitting in the back of a cooler waiting to be loaded. They have to build them a lot of the time right there on site. That's why it takes a little bit longer. That's why you need patience in this business. So that's the way it is. That's the way the reefer business is. So yeah, this one and then the other one, and then it's going back to Surrey, BC, to Loblaws. And because I've managed to squeak in a reset while I'm here, I'm hoping that they'll turn me right away and I can head back this way again, which you will see on this video, because I tend to maybe show a little bit more detail on this one here to open up the month of March. And this is obviously when you're seeing this video is March. Amazing. Can you believe it? We're in the 3rd month already of the year. It's going fast. It's going fast. So for those of you that know what I'm about, I would like to open up with a prayer if you'd like to join me. If you don't really want to pray with me, you don't have to. You can skip forward, whatever you like to do, but this is something I normally do. Dear Father, Heavenly Father, I come in the name of your Son, Yeshua, Jesus Christ our Lord. I thank you for this day. I thank you for this job. I thank you for my protection every day. Lord, would you please be with me today? Keep me safe. Keep the other drivers safe on the road as well. And help me to make it to my destination on this trip safe through all the weather elements. And Lord, I just ask that you bless everybody that's watching this video right now in Yeshua's name. And I also pray that you would bless my entire family, my granddaughters, my grandsons, my sisters, my dear mother, and all my close friends, and they know who they are. I pray in Yeshua's name. Amen. Amen. All right, well, I did check into this place already. They said the load was ready, but this is what's funny about this. I called earlier and I asked, I like to call ahead of time and verify that my pickup number is correct, because sometimes the pickup number can be off, sometimes loads get canceled, and the driver is the last one to know. So I called earlier and asked them if the pickup number was good, and they said, yeah, it's good. Second question, is the load ready? You say in a nice way. And then she's like, well, it's first come, first serve. I am aware of that, but I just want to know if the load is ready, or should I just check in later, right? Well, it's ready for now. It's ready for now. So that's her telling me, first come, first serve. If you don't get here and pick it up, we're going to be giving it to somebody else. That's kind of what she's saying. So we'll see how long it takes to get into a door. What time is it now? 10:40. We will see. I didn't have to wait too long. 51 minutes. Called me to door number 4. I'm actually very surprised. This place isn't actually terrible. I mean, usually if they have the product for you, they're going to let you in pretty quick. So what they do here is you pull into a door, you wait for your light to go red, and then you go inside, and you can pretty well tell the guy how you're going to want to load it. But the problem is, I don't know how much they're putting on here, so I don't know how to get them to load it. Just gonna get them to load it whatever way they want. That's the way to do it. chilly in here. I'll close this when I'm done. Thank you. Okay. So there was 2 picks. There was the heavy one that was actually set for my last pick. This was supposed to be my last pick. But I came here first because I want the weight on my drives. So I think this was the right choice. And besides, the other place, it's going to be all day to get my load out of there. So I might only put the one strap on here. Maybe I'll put them both on. Here we go. And we'll just strap that in there, even though we can't see much in here. I'm not going to go very far, so I think I'm just going to leave. I'm going to have one strap and that's it. I don't know if I get lucky or not, but it never takes long when I get here. I don't know why.
You get lucky, man. You get lucky, let me tell you.
Twice now I've been here. I haven't been here more than 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, right now we do have a lot of product in the cold room, so a lot of people are coming in and getting loaded right away.
Oh, yeah?
But that's just because there's not a lot of sales, you know?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
Have a good day. Excellent. All right, so we'll head over to the other place. I won't be able to check in there until 4. I don't know, they might let me check in early. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how busy these guys are. Probably not terribly busy because you can't really check in until 4 o'clock. And even though you check in at 4 o'clock doesn't mean you're going to get out any sooner, because it never works out that way. It's whatever product is available. If they have your product, you're good. If they don't, you're waiting. Looks like there might be a couple spots left, which is good. Up there open. Rats! Now you gotta drive over this very slowly over this curb. Everybody hits it. You drive over it too fast and you're gonna blow a tire. And I really don't want to do that. I've been to this place enough times to know. I wonder if I can grab that spit. There's an opening at the very, very end. I usually take it. And so I could take that one, I guess. Good morning, everybody. I am on my way out of Yuma. Made my way to my second pick, as you know, to Drew Massa, and yeah, that took pretty well most of the night. I think I finally got out of the door at, oh boy, I don't don't even know what time it was. Might have been about 8 o'clock, maybe 9. Wasn't terribly late, but late enough. No, maybe it was later than that. I don't even know. But I didn't even bother weighing myself. There was no need to. I barely have any weight on board. My PSI gauge is barely even registering. What is it even registering? 50, well, maybe a little under 50 actually. So we're pretty light. I'm not even going to waste the money on the CAT scale. No point on weighing this thing. I seen what they loaded in the back there. It looks like we've got a bunch of mixed produce on the very, very back. And then we have all the heavy stuff in the nose. Point to no return. But anyhow, it was a peaceful night of sleep. And the one time I woke up at like 3 in the morning and I looked out my window, they were still loading people there. I couldn't believe it. They were still loading guys there. I guess I can consider myself fortunate that I got any sleep at all. But I am on my way, and I did check the weather forecast, and it might be a little bit dicey going over Snoqualmie Pass by the time I go over. Maybe a little bit of snow, a little bit of slush, but overall I think it should be good. And yeah, the weather should be pleasant enough, I think. Just look at how nice and green everything looks here. Isn't that nice? And everything that I have in the back of this trailer, I would say most of it, probably, I would say all of it, has come from either Yuma, the basic Arizona area, and also California. They even bring stuff from Salinas and bring it all the way here. So it smells pretty fresh in the back of that trailer. So we'll make our way back to Surrey, BC. See what happens en route.
Stay
made it to Arlington with 5 minutes to spare. I kid you not. Oh, this is a nice sight right here. Look at the parking. There is parking here. I was going to stop in North Bend over at the TA, but you can't get in there. Not on a Sunday. You're not going to get in there. No way. So I just decided I'm going to shoot for this rest area here, the one here in Arlington, and hope I get in there. And look at this. I don't believe it. I actually got in. There's parking in here. And you just don't ask for better than this. This is amazing. So I just say thank you, Lord, for this amazing parking spot. I kid you not. 4 minutes to go here. 4 minutes. Oh. Well, let's get out of this right now so we don't expire and get into our pre-trip mode or post-trip mode. I am very, very grateful I made it here with 4 minutes to spare, which means I only have 87 miles left tomorrow. Normally I go to Cle Elam, which is right around the wait station on Snoqualmie Pass, and I usually park it there, and then first thing in the morning I get up very, very early and just to get through Bellevue and all that area there, so I'm not dealing with all that rush hour traffic on a Monday morning. So this is awesome. So with 4 minutes to spare, I think next time I know when I leave San Luis, I literally can get to San Luis to Jackpot with no problem. But next time I think I am going to shoot for maybe a Bliss, and that will give me a little bit more time to get here, because there's not a lot of parking here. So I'm actually really, really surprised there is as much parking here as there is. I thought for sure I was going to be out of luck when it came to a parking spot. So I'm very, very grateful. So friends, I am going to do my post-trip, my walk around on my truck and trailer, and then I am tired. I have no idea what I'm going to eat. I haven't even planned or figured out what I'm going to prepare. It might just be a sandwich. I just don't feel like eating a lot. Because I drove so much today and drove so long, I extended my break right up to almost my 8 hour, up to the 8th hour. I think I had a half an hour yet before my clock was going to expire. Then I had something to eat then. Whenever I do that, I'm never hungry at dinner time. But it's still pretty early right now. It's only 5:30, so I might have some dinner in a couple hours. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, that's all I have. And yeah, I am kind of excited. I'll share this with you. Kind of excited about something that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I have a little wireless mic set that I use. It's a Rode wireless mic set, and I'm upgrading it to the it's a Pro version, and it's supposed to be really good quality, and I'm super excited about it. It comes with little chargers and everything built right into it, so a charging case and everything, and I'm going to be picking that up tomorrow. So and because I want to start my series Pathway Through Proverbs, I want to start that in the next day or two. So I get to add some new. I always get excited when I get to add something new to my arsenal of cameras and audio equipment, and the wireless system that I'm going to be adding to go along with my other one and my Sennheiser wireless system. But I'd rather spend it on that than in the casino, right? You gotta spoil yourself a little bit. And besides, the way I look at it, the way things are going, you just don't know when things are not going to be available anymore. You just don't know. So if there's an opportunity to make something better, go for it. Listen to me rambling here. I must be getting my second wind here. Well, good evening, everybody. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Did my delivery yesterday, and I pretty well have finished a reset already. But I don't know if I'll be going out tomorrow. So, trying to keep myself busy. And I feel like getting a little bit of exercise. It's late right now. But when I'm this tired, sometimes a little bit of exercise helps me sleep a little bit better. You don't feel so restless. And I kind of like walking around this time of the night. There's just nobody here. Very little traffic. It's peaceful. It is. And it just finished raining, so there's not too many people on the street. And Langley has a serious homeless problem out here. And normally, you see a lot of them walking around with their carts or their tents perched up wherever they are. And they're smoking their fentanyl, which is really sad. I wonder how many of them realize how dangerous it really is. They're just so interested in getting that buzz, and all it takes is smoking too much of it and you're dead. Heart attack. For those of you that aren't familiar with fentanyl, you hear about it, you don't know much about it. Fentanyl has been used for a very long time in hospitals. It's a very powerful painkiller. It's stronger. I think it's like 10 times stronger, maybe higher, than morphine. So you don't need a lot of it to do the job. Unfortunately, people that smoke it, they end up smoking more than they can handle, and they end up with a heart attack. And they die, they overdose. And I don't know what the statistics are out here in Langley for deaths, excuse me, regarding fentanyl, but I'm pretty sure the stats aren't good. You know, it's funny, I've always been an evening person. I like walking around at night. I enjoy the peace and quiet, the odd cars that are driving around. Just everyone's home. Everyone's everyone's home but me. But that's okay, because I have the street to myself, or wherever I end up. And then every once in a while you'll see a security guard or a police officer asking, "What you doing?" Walking. That's what I'm doing. I'm walking. Yeah, it's not a lot going on here. Just find a lot of peace and serenity when you're walking around by yourself. It's kind of nice. So anyway, I wonder what they're gonna have for me tomorrow. If they don't find nothing for me tomorrow, I'll have to leave Thursday with another load they were telling me about. I'd rather leave tomorrow. I really don't want to be sitting around waiting another whole day if I don't need to. But I guess beggars can't be choosers. I guess I just have to do the very best I can. And hopefully we'll get some good miles in this week. I'm smelling a cigarette. I don't know where that's from. No idea. It's kind of weird. Being a non-smoker, I can smell a cigarette going probably from a mile away. I can really smell it now. Oh, there it is. That's what's going on. We got some of the homeless people over here in the corner. And they're probably high because they're in their very strange position where they look like statues. They look like... it's kind of weird what fentanyl does to you. Your body wants to go to sleep, or it's either your brain or your body wants to go to sleep, and the other one's fighting it to keep you awake. So you're literally in this half sleep, and that's why people are bent over and hunched over. And they look like you wonder, how on earth can anyone sit in that position that long? Well, some of them sleep when they're standing up. You really can't go anywhere around here without running into these fentanyl addicts, and it's really sad. I am going to go back to my truck, and I'm going to relax. I don't know, maybe I'll watch a video or something. I'm getting tired now. Probably, excuse me, won't take long for me to fall asleep. Hopefully, we can get out of here tomorrow. Good morning. Just having my morning coffee. I didn't expect to have a nice campfire to look at this morning when I came over here to get a coffee. We're over here at the McDonald's, Tim Hortons, basically off the Langley bypass in 200th, and there is a homeless individual here that is deciding to have a fire in the middle of the parking lot. When people do things like this, you know that they're very high or just really, really out of touch, out of touch on reality completely. It's very sad, actually. He is not thinking the dangers behind this because he's wearing a very long jacket. He's wearing not jeans, but he's wearing some kind of sweatpants. Everything he's wearing is very flammable. It wouldn't take much to set himself on fire right now. Yeah. It's very, very sad when you see people doing that. There's a whole bunch of them camped over there next to the McDonald's. A lot of the time I'll get up in the morning and I'll walk around to get my coffee and I'm walking through the parking lot and there are burn marks everywhere all over the parking lot. For some reason, they just really have this fascination with fire. And you might think, well, maybe he's trying to keep warm. It's really not that cold out. I could walk around with my jacket off right now. It's very warm this morning. It's not cold at all. And he's not cooking any food. He's just burning cardboard. But I've seen them do this before, where they're just making fires wherever. And the Langley Fire Department has to deal with this all the time. See, he's just, for some reason, he's just not thinking that could be dangerous. Well, you're probably wondering what I have planned today. I'm hoping to get out of here today. I have a load that is, I got to pick up in the air that's going down to Portland. And then from there, I should be picking up a load, hopefully out of Hood River, which will be going to San Luis or Dalles, one or the other. And we'll finally get out of here. It's been a little bit of an extended stay. I've been now sitting here for 70 hours, so it would be nice to get out of here. That would be a nice plan. So we'll see what happens. We're waiting for the load that's going across the border to clear. It still hasn't cleared since yesterday, so I don't know what's going on. But we'll just have to wait it out. While I sit here and watch, hopefully this guy doesn't set himself on fire, because if he does, I'm gonna have to run over there and help him. I don't mind doing that, but it's something we shouldn't have to do. Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's Friday, yes. Got in on Monday and I'm leaving Friday. How's that for a nice little mini vacation that I did not want? Certainly didn't need that. And a lot of this has to do with the tariffs. A lot of companies didn't want to sell. They weren't selling our regular produce, or should I say apples and everything going into Mexico. Mexico wasn't buying. And I had people leaving me comments saying, well, it's not that you should try dry van. Well, you know what? That's what I have right now. And it took 3 days for it to clear because of the tariffs weren't paid yet. So these tariffs are causing a lot of grief for a lot of people. And it's not just me. Just look on the internet. All the truckers are just like, are you out of your minds? A lot of loads are getting canceled. A lot of loads aren't coming across because nobody wants to pay. Like if you have a load that's worth $25,000 or $10,000, right? That's a very, very cheap load. It's not even an expensive load. It's not a high value load. That's $2,500 more that the customer has to pay. And it ends up on the consumer. So for example, this load here, I don't know what the value of it is. I mean, it's just firewood, so it's probably close to about 10 grand or so. Those 25% tariffs, which is $2,500, ends up being paid by the shipper, and then they get it out of the customer, and then the customer gets it out of the consumer. So everybody in Oregon and probably Oregon are going to have to pay more for this wood now. Again, I reiterate, who is this helping? Because it's not hurting Canada by shipping, you know, by bringing stuff into the U.S. It's hurting their own citizens in the U.S. Not thought out very well. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that because there's no point on it. Because I heard last night that Trump has changed his mind again. He's changed his mind again. And now he's lifted the tariffs. Like, oh, we're going to postpone them until April. He's like, you know what? This is just stupid now. It is getting dumb. I think a lot of people would agree this is getting stupid. No matter if you like Trump or not, this is stupid, what's going on here. It's a tremendous waste of resources, manpower, taxpayers' money, setting up the tariffs and then taking them down and setting them up and taking them down. I don't know how this is really helping anything. It's just it's an exercise of power. Look what I can do by stroking a felt marker. I can turn them on, I can turn them off, turn them on, turn them off. Yeah, I just don't think his approval rating is as high as it used to be before he got elected, or after he got elected, or whatever. Again, I don't want to talk about it. It's a waste of time. So finally I have my load cleared. This is a firewood load. I'll be taking this down to Portland Albertsons in Portland. And come on, truck, let's go. And then from there, I don't know what I'm doing. Because there's nothing being purchased out of Mexico, we may end up running empty all the way down to Yuma. That's a long way to go. Empty. But you know what? I'm just doing what I'm told to do. So we'll see what happens here. But anyway, my appointment is like not until late tonight or later tonight. But I'm heading down now because I want to avoid all the rush hour. And a lot of the time if you get to Albertsons, because these firewood loads are very unique. They're not like the rest of the stuff that they deliver there. There's 1 or 2 docks for this specific kind of load. And whenever I get there, the docks are never full. It's just like they're very rare. So a lot of the time they put me in the door right away. It might take 3 hours to unload it, but they do put you in the door right away. So I wouldn't be surprised if I got there by 5 or 4 o'clock or whatever, and they end up putting me in there early. We'll see what happens. But it's finally good to be rolling again. Finally, thank you, Lord. Destination Albertsons. Well, Albertsons, Safeway, same thing. I am early. I don't think they're going to turn me back because they have a nice staging area here. So let's just... Ooh, this road is a little rougher than usual. Let's see here. I wonder how busy they are in here. Oh, they are actually quite busy. then again, that's probably normal. So, yeah, gonna find a stage, a parking spot in the staging area, and yeah, check in. Hopefully they let me check in early. I don't know, they might turn me away. I just hope there's some parking in here somewhere. They look really, really busy in here. Well, let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find. Where's this shunt driver going? Okay. Oh, da, da, da. Looky, 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 looky. Oh, this does not look like this is going to be fun to get in some of these spots. I'm going to have to turn around. Oh, here we go. I got a spot. Yeah, that's the nice thing about this place, at least. It has a really nice staging area, so plenty of parking. Plenty. And my appointment really isn't until, when is it anyway? I think it's like 7. But this place is pretty good. Sometimes they'll just get you in early and get rid of the product because it's not regular food, it's firewood. 8:45 is my, no. Deliver no later than 8:45 p.m. Okay. Then I will deliver this, or should I say check in, and see how early they can get me in here. Well, they've already called me to a door. I think this appointment was supposed to be like at 7:30 or something. This is why it's never a bad idea to check in early at this place. Works for me. Ah, yeah, just the shunt drivers just kind of wonder where he's backing in. So 127 is the door I want. Put my 4-ways on. I always like to do that. If you're driving around in a place like this, put on your 4-ways, wear your safety vest, go do everything absolutely by the book when it comes to safety. If anything ever goes wrong, you're covered. Oh, well, this guy pulled out in front of me, and normally if you're doing 7 miles an hour like this, I got my dash cam going, so I got that as proof. But better safe than sorry. I don't like racing through these places because you just don't know. You could end up, somebody could open their door and their dog runs out. I've seen that happen. And then the poor dog ends up possibly getting killed. And a lot of these animals are very special to the drivers. It's their companion. You don't want to kill someone's dog. And right now too, I've actually seen, I don't know if it's a break right now, but I've actually seen people with their kids in their trucks. So there's 127, that's what I want right there. So let's wait for this shunt to go, or is he going to park it there? going to be interesting. It's going to be a tight little squeeze. It's going to be really interesting. I hate that when the truck does that. It stops for a minute and then takes a guess. Gee, I wonder what I should do next. Keep going. All right. So, I'm not sure how long it'll take these guys, but I would say I'm looking at a couple hours sitting in this door probably waiting. Gee. Probably a couple hours. That's all right. I don't mind, because I should be technically still sitting there waiting to get into a door. Well, good morning. I'm over at the rest area here at the Dalles, over off the I-84 in Oregon. Made my delivery last night. I think I got out of there at maybe 9 p.m., which wasn't really bad. And yeah, made it as far east as I could here, and I barely got into this spot here. This is a nice little rest area because on the other side is one of my favorite rest areas, which is literally right on the Columbia River. Beautiful place. This rest area on this side, on the south side of the Columbia River, not so great. It's very, very old, it's outdated, but it's still a nice place to be. So I have a little bit before I have to get out of here. So I'm just having my coffee. And a little bit of trails. There's a little bit of area here where you can walk around and enjoy, I guess, if you have a dog. Or if you just like to take a walk in the morning, it's a nice place to be. I notice that everybody else is just, they're in their trucks. It's a little chilly this morning. No one's really getting out to do anything. We got Jehovah's Witnesses over here doing their thing. I mean, it's pretty early, 7:30 in the morning. They're out over here already at a rest area. And yeah, very devoted men. It's really sad. The devotion they're putting into what they're doing is for a false doctrine that they teach. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's very, very true. They fall on the same lines as Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, etc. They are considered a cult, and it's really, really sad. I have had plenty of conversations with Jehovah's Witnesses, especially those that approach you on the street. And a lot of the time, they don't really have answers for the questions that you have for them, just what they've been taught to say when they're out on the street. So keep your prayers out for them when you see them. They really need Jesus. They really do. The air is fresh out here. It's really nice. And the trees, yes, they don't have, we're still in the midst of winter here, but soon these trees will be blooming. Hopefully by the beginning of next month, and we'll be back into spring again. That I'm looking forward to, because the trees give off a very nice smell in the spring and in the fall. Obviously the fall is when you can smell the leaves when they're decaying, but they have a nice smell to them, as crazy as that sounds. Reminds me of my childhood. And of course in the springtime, we're going to be looking at a lot of allergies and that, but it's a nice time of the year. Time to move out. Time to move out. Yeah, it is that time to head out. And make our way down to 84. Man, I love the view over there. Right along the water there, right along the Columbia River. It's just gorgeous over there. That's one of the reasons why I like going to that other rest area on the other side. It's nice. It's really, really nice. Wow, this is going to really be weird driving along this 84, especially going up Dead Man's Pass and everything with an empty trailer. But I wouldn't be too surprised before I get even over there that I get turned around. Oh, a load came up, you gotta turn around. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't matter though if that happened, because I'd rather take a load than go empty. I mean, it's not profitable for the company to have to do it this way, but everything got delayed and everything got thrown. A wrench was thrown into it by all these tariffs that are going on right now. I don't even know. I haven't even checked the news. Maybe they're back on again today. I don't know. It's like a revolving door, these decisions they make over at the White House. You just don't know what's going to happen next. Yeah. How do you trust somebody who keeps changing their mind like literally every 2 days? You can't trust them. You can't rely on them. It's not a good thing. I hope he settles down. Like I said, I did support him when he was running. I hope, I hope he has some good advisors telling him, okay, we should do it this way and do it this way and do it that way. Hopefully he will listen and we can get back on all speaking terms. Our countries, huh? Yeah. All right. Thank you, Lord, for another morning. And thank you for this trip along the Columbia River. I love this route, Lord. Thank you. Well, let's update you up to this point. Made my way down the 84, as you see, through Idaho, Nevada, and eventually into Arizona, where I picked up my load in Yuma, where it was basically the same place I've been picking up the last 3 times in a row, Drew Massa. So there wasn't much to show you. And turned around and made my way back, and now we find ourselves in Bliss, Idaho. So let's continue. Good morning. I am just about ready to leave. I already finished my pre-trip on my truck and trailer. As you can see, I made it to this really spacious rest area last night. This is the Bliss rest area out here in Bliss, Idaho. I really like this location because it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, you can usually get parking in here. It's a very spacious parking area where you can get probably at least 40 trucks in here comfortably, maybe more. And if it's bad weather, you can get a lot of parking along the curb. And you don't have to really worry too much. The way they have this laid out, you don't have to worry about too many guys pulling your mirrors off. They have it really designed very well in here. And there's another one identical to it on the other side of the freeway. Yeah, just off the 84 here in Idaho. A little bit overcast today. Looks a little bit like there's a little bit of weather expected towards the Boise area, which we'll be going through a little bit later. I'm not sure what to expect, but I did look in the weather forecast, and it doesn't look like anything to be too concerned about. Yeah, we got here a little bit late, so we're leaving a little bit later. And I wanted to get as close as I could, or use up as much of my clock as I could, because they are expecting some weather over Snoqualmie Pass. I'd very much like to get over the pass today. And I should have enough hours to possibly get to a rest area off the I-5, but during the time I'll be rolling through there, it is going to be a bit iffy on traffic. So I may end up going through North Bend and take the shortcut through, and where it spits you out into Everett. So I may end up going that way, I don't know. Or if I could find a little parking spot on the off-ramp rather, right next to the TA there in North Bend, maybe I will check that out as well. But yeah, just taking it all in, that sooner, before you know it, it'll be warm out here again, and the rest areas will be filled with campers, and we will be enjoying the beautiful sights and sounds and the feel of spring when it eventually gets here. We're getting closer though. We are definitely getting closer. I'm noticing it's starting to warm up a little bit more, which is really, really nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy some more of my coffee and maybe do a little bit of a reading of the word, and then I will get going. But in the meantime, yeah, just I will share this. This morning I really felt to give thanks, and maybe we all should, on how fortunate we are that we're not sitting in a hospital somewhere or at home with a bunch of machines plugged into us, or people that are going through constant pain where they have to be on some kind of medication. Perhaps you are going through that and you're watching this video. I really do hope that this video brings you comfort. I hope it takes your mind off of it, because I was thinking how fortunate I am not to be in that position, to be out here on the open road, to be doing what I love. I am very blessed. And I think a lot of us take that for granted. That because, I had a bad day, I had to sit really long at the shipper, or I got a load canceled, or I had to sit 2 or 3 days. I've done that. I'm guilty. But today I realize, I need to be more grateful that I am not hooked up to some machine somewhere, or I have some terrible illness, or I'm dealing with chronic pain all the time. I mean, I go through pain in my hands and from my tendonitis and carpal tunnel, but it's nothing compared to what a lot of people go through. So let's all give thanks together today. Thank you, Lord, for the blessings you've given me today. And I pray for those that are out there, those that might be watching, that are going through a lot more difficult times. And again, I hope this video brings you comfort. I wanted to quickly share with you guys something I've been reading here. I'm reading out of Psalm 71. I'm not going to share with you, obviously, the entire thing. But I wanted to share with you this to give you a little bit of confidence, because there's a lot, as believers, we're under attack constantly, not only by principalities, evil principalities, demonic presence that's on this planet, but these demonic presence also inhabit other people around us. We don't necessarily see the demons, but a lot of the time they're manifested in them. And we need to remember to recognize this, and also to know that Yahweh is the one that's simply in charge of anything, that a lot of these things can't really hurt us. We just kind of just walk away from it. And I was reading this, and I wanted to share this with you. And this is in Psalm 71 rather. And we'll start at verse 10, and I'll just go up to a few verses, whatever, 6, 7 verses. For mine enemies speak against me, and they that lay wait for my soul take counsel together. So my enemies speak against me. Got people talking behind my back, and they literally are laying wait to take counsel against me together, whether it's gossip, whether it's physical harm. It's just that, you ever feel like that? You're being bullied, like in school? Verse 11, saying, Elohim has forsaken him, persecute and take him, for there is none to deliver him. So they think that he's on his own, he has nobody. Wrong. We have Elohim. Verse 12, O Elohim, be not far from me. O my Elohim, make haste for my help. So now we're calling out to the Lord. We see this danger around us. Lord, would you please help me through this trial, through this difficulty? 13, let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonor that seek my hurt. But I will hope continually and will yet praise thee more and more. That's the one I wanted to show you. Whether or not, no matter what goes on around us, we need to what? Have hope continually, and will praise thee more and more. My mouth shall shew forth thy righteousness and thy salvation all the day, for I know not the numbers thereof. I'm going to continue to praise you because I don't know how much longer I got. I will go in the strength of my sovereign Yahweh. I will make mention of thy righteousness, even of thine only. And I'll finish it with verse 17. O Elohim, thou hast taught me from my youth, and hitherto have I declared thy wondrous works. So if you feel like you're under attack by others, or even by principalities, or whatever it might be, just go to the Lord, continue to praise him, and ask him for his help to get you through that difficult time. And you know what? He will. He absolutely will. What do you think of my new glasses? What do you think of these? I like these very much. These are actually real glasses. These aren't these readers that you buy at the stores. I don't like these readers. These are actually a real prescription for my eyes, and they're really nice, they're comfortable, and I think they look good. They suit me. Very, very happy with them. All right, I think it's about time we get out of here. I was up pretty early this morning walking around like I normally do, and the sun was barely even up, and there was a guy inside there cleaning the place. I don't know what it is about Idaho, Montana, and some other states. I think Washington State does. You know, there's probably quite a bit of states that do this. I just don't see it. Where you see, and I did see it over in Oregon too, where you see, I don't know if these people that clean these rest areas are volunteers. They could be volunteers, but they're always there so early in the morning, basically to make sure everything looks good for the following day, or for the current, or for the day. And it's very impressive, actually. Looks a little bit gloomy in the distance, doesn't it? I wonder what we have in store for us. Wouldn't mind seeing some sunshine today. Wouldn't mind seeing sunshine at all. Come on, buddy, you can go. There you go. Alrighty, so we will make our way east along the 84. I love that. You can see some of the sun shining on the side of the hills over there. hopefully coming to the end of my day, and I say hopefully is because I'm going to be stopping up here at the TA in North Bend on the 90 here. I managed to make it over the pass with no no issue regarding the weather, but they are expecting, see all that cloud cover there? That's making its way that away, and it's going to dump about 10 inches of snow tonight. So I wanted to get over the pass before that hit, and I did it. So I'm happy with that. However, I do have 2 and almost 3 hours left, but I don't want to mess around with dealing with Bellevue traffic. I just don't want to mess with that. But then again, I guess I could go that way. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I am going to stop up here and take a look and see what the parking is like overhead this TA, and if there is even anywhere parking. I'm going to know pretty quick. There might be even an option to park right on the off-ramp. I might do that. I'll be able to tell more when I get up to the stop sign, which we will find out PDQ. Drive has been good today, though. Can't complain. I don't particularly like parking on this side, just because I don't like when a guy's coming off the highway or off the freeway. I just think I just discovered a perfect place to park. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a look inside and see if there is any parking inside. There may not be, though. Or you know what I'm going to do? Come on, Gutless, move. I know, that's hard. You don't like that empty trailer, do you there, buddy? Okay, I'm already committed. Think I'm going to park it right here. And it's not too bad because the actual truck stop is right there, so if I need to walk over, I can. I might want to look, though, and see. I can't tell if I can go a little further up. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't like parking on the other side simply because you've got guys coming off the highway and they're making their way to the stop sign, and a tire could blow. Anything can happen where they lose control, because a lot of those guys come to a screeching halt. I'd rather be on this side where they have to literally accelerate to get up this little hill. So this is where I'm going to park it for the night. Don't want to get too close to that guy. I want to be able to get out of here. And the best way, for those of you that are just starting off in this industry or getting your Class 1 or CDL, the best way to know the proper distance between the truck in front of you and you is basically when you're sitting in your seat, pull up to the point where there's about this much gap between your hood and the bumper on the other truck. That should give you more than enough room to maneuver and get out where you are. Any closer than that, somebody might squeeze in behind me and box me in. Then I got a problem. But yeah, so I did find out that tomorrow, when I deliver this load, I think we are very, very slow. And unfortunately, that means I might end up sitting for three days again, unless something miraculous happens where we end up with some loads. But there's a lot of trucks, a lot of our trucks in the yard right now, apparently. And I'm probably going to be sitting the weekend. So I sat for 5 days. I got one rounder, and I got to sit for another 4 days. And it's all because of what's going on in the US regarding the tariffs. And I know I've said it over and over, but that's what's going on. Mexico is not ordering this product. That is our meat and potatoes, and we're not getting those loads. So they're trying to find other loads, and maybe things might turn around in a day or two. No idea. So there's a very good chance I'm going to be down for a little while, but I am going to complete this video where I am at here. All I'm going to do is get up relatively early to avoid all the Seattle traffic and make my way deliver this load and take the weekend off, and I'm hoping to have a chance to sit down with Trucker Glenn. We want to talk about a lot of different things, and I'm looking forward to that this weekend. So I just wanted to say thank you all for joining me. If you did like the video, please do like it, share it with somebody who you think that might enjoy it, and perhaps you could even leave a comment below. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. It is a family-friendly channel, and I do try to share excuse me, the reality of trucking, what it's like out here as a believer who drives a big rig, Christian truck driver. Pleasure to have you all viewing, and if, like I said, if you're new, welcome, and hope we see you again. Blessings in the name of Yeshua to all of you. Until next time, bye for now.